So, man, um, this is set here, spiritual and business consultant. Uh, if it's your first time joining my channel, welcome. And on this particular segment, we're talking about. I think it's important for you guys to understand this process, this magical process, this spiritual process, this source phenomenon that a lot of people are more prone to be interested in than uh, the basics. Basically, like nobody's interested in the basics. Everybody's interested in how do I get women? How do I get women? I want okay, I see the things. I see the things. I see the things happening. I understand the things. I read a couple books, but it's just not happening. It's just not happening. I feel like women hate me. I feel like I'm being shunned and things of that matter. Nah, that's all part of your imagination. It's in your imagination. It's 100% in your imagination. I've I remember. Let me tell you a story. I remember this guy. Okay, chubby kid. He's a cool kid. Emo, white, chubby. He doesn't have acne, but could have had whatever. Right. He was one of my good friends. Right. I used to like work for this. I used to be a intern for this comic book guy, right? Kind of like not for the comic book, but for shows, right? So we go out to go eat some chicken wings and drink some beer, right? And he's telling me, man, he's telling me a story like, I don't know, man, I don't know about girls, because I see you look not too shabby. I mean, a guy like you probably get like a bunch of girls, blah 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 blah, whatever, right? Common misconception that most people make when they see you, which is completely normal. But he's telling me this sob story, and in my mind, I'm like, bro, nah, you're tripping. In my head, I was like, nah, you tripping. And he was like, what do you mean? I mean, like, you're tripping, man. There's no reason for you to feel that way. There's no real accurate reason for you to feel that way. Have you tried talking to a girl? I mean, like, and he tells me, nah, not really, because I'm scared of. Not really because this, not really because that, not really because this and that and this and that. Like, you have like a 3,000 reasons. You put 3,000 blockages in front of you before you even talk to a girl. The thing is, see, that one thing. If I had the time, because the thing is, in my peripheral, while he was talking about that, I was already scoping the place out to see if there was some girls, that was some available girls in the sector, right? Because it's not the first time this happens to me. It's not the first time it happens to me. It happens to me a lot, where guys come to me and they tell me like, oh, I can't get blah 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 blah, and and I'm always cool with it, right? Cooler than a polar bear toenail, right? And so I'm scoping out my peripheral while he's talking to me. I'm concentrating on what he's saying, but my peripheral is looking for somebody that he can go talk to, right? Because I already knew I was gonna give him a test, right? And I already knew he was gonna succeed the test, right? Because what you see on TV, what I would have told him if I had the time to get into a whole philosophical conversation with him, right? Which I could have had, but I didn't really want to. We was just out to have fun, We already in the bar. We're in like a college student bar, We just want to chill. It's a hot day. We just want to chill, right? It was already understood that we just wanted to chill, right? But if I had the time, what I would have told him is, how many movies did you see where the guy like you doesn't get the girl? That's what I would have asked. If I had the time, I would have asked him that. How many movies did you see where the guy like you doesn't get the girl? How many movies did you see? How many books did you read where the guy like you has all the trouble in the world to get the girl, right? Why is that? Why? Who invented these rules? Like, where does it come from? Why do women hate guys like you so much? Why would a woman hate a guy like you in the first place, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. The thing is, so anyway, flash forward, the guy tells me that. I'm like, you know what? I see two girls on the bench sitting by themselves, talking on the cell phone, yada yada, blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? Go get up and go talk to the girls. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, you want me to go talk to two girls? I'm telling you, I have trouble talking to one girl. You want me to go talk to? I'm telling you, go talk to those two girls right there. They're fine. They're beautiful looking girls too. You know, they're fine. Don't worry about it. And the girls, nobody's gonna reject you. You're not gonna get rejected. She's not gonna. There's no. You have to be completely neurotic to think that a woman is not interested in you before she even talks to you. The only time where you become uninteresting is if you talk to the woman and you become uninteresting. That's the only time where you're not interesting, right? So, and even uninteresting people have a very high chance of succeeding, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I've seen some very uninteresting dudes walk up to girls, say absolutely nothing of interest that would change or matter to anyone on the planet, and they still got the girl's phone number or one of the girl's phone number in the group. I don't know why. It's a mystery to me too, to be quite honest, because I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this guy and he's but hey, and you want to know why? Because he doesn't have the preconceived notion that the girl doesn't like him. He goes for it, he shoots his shot, and then he gets the number. And whatever happens after is whatever happens after. But the thing is, he succeeded in the mission, because he could have been rejected as soon as he opened his mouth, which didn't happen. Why is that? Because he didn't have a preconceived notion that he was uninterested, that girls didn't like him, that he didn't want blah, 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 blah. It's freaking magic. It's freaking magic, man. It's magic, bro. It is. It's magic. You know, he walks up, he goes, mind you, this guy, he's a chubby guy, small, chubby, emo. He has like a little toupee thing, a little purple thing on his head. And he goes up, talks to the two girls, fine. It's fine. The two girls starts laughing, and they're not laughing at him. They're just, he's just shooting the can with him, right? Just to, I think he had like the girls' Facebooks and shit, man. They were not uninterested. They were very interested because it's a new experience. I mean, he had the nerve to go talk to them. Like he didn't. And I think the thing is, I was so confident in him being able to talk to the girls that gave him the confidence to talk to the girls. Because I could have been like, no, those two girls are too fine for you. You can't talk to them. Let's downgrade a little bit, so you can. Nah, bro. Screw that. No, bro. Like, shoot your shot way up there. Go for Pam Anderson. Go for Pam Anderson. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. Go for Pam Anderson. Who cares? You might get her, you might not get her. Who cares? That's not the point. The point is, you'll get some experience. Whatever happens, for sure, you're going to get experience. And with that experience, you can dictate what to do next, or what to do next time. You can see where your weaknesses are, and your strong suit. Like for him, his strong suit was making the girl laugh. And I knew he was going to make the girl laugh because he's not stupid. He's kind of funny. And he likes to make movies and stuff like that, so he's not stupid. So I know he was gonna be like kind of awkward, funny, cute-ish, awkward type shit. Girls love that. Girls love to laugh. Everybody knows girls love to laugh. If you can make a girl laugh, man, you're already 50% there. You're 25% there, bro. From the 50 to 25% there, probably even more. I'm probably like downgrading that, actually. Probably 75%. So you're good, right? So what the problem is, the problem is with right now, with what's going on right now, with this spiritual war that we're facing right now, these things, sorry about that, these things that we're facing right now, they're keeping us from acting right. They're making us neurotic. They're making us think things that are not actually there. They're making us see ghosts. That's what they do. This government, this shadow government, these covert ops, these weird people, they try to make you believe in ghost stories. Because that's a ghost story, bro. Like I can't believe with all this new age movement and all the spiritual secrets being revealed, that people still think that, I need to go to the bar to get a girlfriend, and I need to spend a bunch of money and go to the bar to get a girlfriend. That's not how it works. I mean, you can do that. If you're a blue pill, you can do that, because blue pills are used to this kind of thing. They're used to this illusion. They can navigate in this. They've always been navigating in this illusion, right? But if you're a red pill, you don't need to do all that. You don't need to go to the bar and spend a bunch of money to get a girlfriend. Nah, bro. Like you can walk outside and bam. You know what I mean, bro? You can go to the grocery store and bam. You can go to the bar and bam. It can happen anywhere, any place that you want. At any time, any given moment. Given moment. But you have to be you have to be prepared. You have to be in your dimension. You have to walk into that dimension, right? And maybe what's going on is some of you guys might feel ashamed to walk into a dimension like that, because you're like, man, I don't know, man. I'm a man, and now I feel like I'm simping a little bit, I feel like I'm simping if I walk into that dimension real quick. Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying you're right. But the thing is, to me, that's the simplest answer I can give you to your whole problem with the whole women thing, because it's good to have a woman. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something about sex, right? And the reason why I regret not being a virgin. If I was a virgin, I wouldn't give two damn about sex, ever. I wouldn't give a shit. It wouldn't bother me nothing, right? I'd finish. I would be an overachiever, right? And I already am an overachiever. The problem is I don't have sex as much as I used to. And it's on purpose, right? It's on purpose. And the problem with that is when I don't have sex, I become moronic. I become stupid, right? It makes me stupid. Like, I feel low energy. I'm on the low energy spectrum. Okay, number one, I'm on the low energy spectrum when I don't have sex. So that's bad. That's really bad, right? Number two, I'm stupid. I forget things. I become really dumb. I become like really stupid. Sex makes me serious and it clears my mind, right? But that's because I'm not a virgin. So I have sex on my mind all the time because I already know what it is. But if I didn't know what it was, ignorance is bliss, right? I wouldn't have cared. So I wouldn't have this descent of low energy. I wouldn't have this juice going through my brain and blocking me from my inspiration, right? Because it's very subtle. Like you don't really realize it because it's very subtle. But so to me, that's what happens to me if I don't have sex. I'm not saying it's the same thing for everybody, and I'm not saying that's why you should have sex. But to me, that's why sex is important to me. If it was important to me, that's the reason why it would be, because it makes me moronic, and it makes me stupid. It's like I'm drunk or something, and it's just not the same thing. To me, things that make me a serious person is money and sex. Like if I have tons of sex and tons of money, I'm super serious. Like I'm a super serious man. But when I'm not in that stage, when I'm not in that mood, bro, I'm just moronic. I'm just stupid. I just say stupid things. I forget what I was talking about. It just makes me moronic, bro. Like I just blank out and shit. Yeah, man. And I'm on a low energy spectrum. Like I'm so, my energy low. Like I can keep this a certain, because there's different energy spectrum that you're living on, bro. And on there's a certain lack of energy in my other spectrums, and it comes from the lack of, like even my body hurts, bro. Like even like your joint hurts when you're not having sex. If you spend enough time not having sex, your joint hurts. Your joint starts hurting, bro. Like you start to feel it physically, because you're tense, you tighten up, you're like a ball of stress, right? And as soon as you have sex, the ball of stress just releases, right? So there's reasons why it's important. Is it supposed to manage your entire life and whatever you think about all the time? No, it's not. It's not supposed to do that. But a lot of people have that problem. And I'm seeing it right now because I can talk about really interesting subjects and really interesting ideas, and no one cares because everybody's thinking about sex right now. And they're not thinking about anything else. They're not thinking about money. They're not thinking about spirituality. They're not thinking about shit. They're just thinking about sex. And that's just the reason why I'm talking about sex myself. I see that I don't have a choice, because I can deny that you guys, that's what you want, all I want, but it's not gonna help me, because at the end of the day, the only thing, you're just gonna switch the channel, because you're gonna be like, oh man, this guy never talks about girls. So fuck it, I'm just gonna go hop on somebody else's channel that talks about girls all the time, which is not good. It's not good for me. It's not good for me. I have other things to say, but I gotta fix this situation that you got with the girl things. So I'm telling you, if you want to fix that situation, I've just told you, I've just made like 3 videos telling you how to do it. And I'm telling you, you have to change your dimension. You have to change your perception. You have to forget. You have to red pill yourself, not blue pill yourself. You have to red pill yourself. What does that mean? This video is gonna be long. I'm not gonna do a bunch of long videos all the time like I used to do, but this video is gonna be long because I'm gonna give you a step-by-step guide to, go towards that energy, right? Go towards that spectrum. I'm gonna change your dimension. I'm gonna change your perception. I'm gonna do some sorcery on you, right? If you listen to the whole video, it's gonna be like sorcery, because then you're gonna walk outside and your whole perception is gonna change, right? Your whole vision is gonna change. Everything is gonna change, right? So here we go. You gotta change your dimension. You gotta change your perception first of all, right? So what does that mean? How do you change your perception? First of all, you gotta forget everything that you learned that you thought was true. So you have to completely forget, like all the videos about like fresh and fit, forget those videos. All the videos where guys are like beefed up, beefcake looking dudes, and they're acting like, forget that stuff. That's all an illusion. That's all fake. Those guys are blue pills. Those guys are blue pills. All right? No, they're not red pills. Stop listening to that shit. It's unimportant. It's irrelevant. All right? So you got to listen to yourself. That's all you have to listen to. You gotta listen to yourself. You have to step out. You have to step out of, before stepping out, you have to step out of the dimension you are right now. And right now, the dimension you're walking on is the illusion. So you have to forget all the illusions, right? You got to forget all the illusions. Once you forget all the illusions, then what? What happens? You have to replace the illusion with something better than what you've heard before. How do I do that? What do I replace it? What is supposedly better than the dimension that I was before? Everything that's going towards what you want. So you have to not hate women. You have to not have resentment towards women. So you have to let imaginary images of women come towards you, right? You have to have, it's like telepathy, right? You have to talk to the woman, not the woman in you. You have to talk to the woman generally, right? I know it sounds crazy, but use the TV. If you can't do it like me, I do it with the TV. I'm not gonna lie. I do it with the TV. I don't do it like, I don't sit there and just talk to the supposed women, right? It's easier because I got visual aid, right? So what you do is you change the channel. You change the channel of your mind with your remote control. You change the channel of your mind with the remote control. So if you see something negative about women, you change the channel. If you see a woman that looks good, acknowledge that she looks good. If you're walking down the street and you see a woman that looks good, acknowledge that she looks good. Do not approach her yet, because you're not out of the illusion. You might want to try, and you can try if you want to. But if you know that you're not on the level that I'm talking about right now, then do not attempt to talk to her. Just acknowledge that she looks good, and keep acknowledging that she looks good. Don't idolize her. Just notice her. Look at her curves. Look at her face. Look at her hair. Look at, acknowledge the things that actually attract you in women, right? Like, be aware, be present. Like, it's like kind of like a meditation, right? So what you're doing is you're replacing, like I said before, you're replacing all of the things that you heard before that. Right? Because before that moment, all you had in your head is like, oh, I gotta go buy some $300 pants, and then I gotta take some creatine so I could get all swollen and shit, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that. Forget all that. Forget all that, bro. Like forget. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. Well, I don't know about creatine, but you should probably work out. Working out is good for you. It's good for the body. The body is the temple, so working out is a good thing. But you don't ixnay on the creatine, man. You don't have to take creatine, man. It's not natural. It's just water, right? And because the point of working out is also building strength. You're not building strength if you're filling your muscles with water. Your muscles are supposed to be meat. It's not supposed to be water. So anyway. Ixnay on the creatine. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You're replacing all of those preconceived notions that you thought was there to help you, but in actuality, they was just there to block you off of your own power that you have, this own telepathic love session, this telepathic love dimension that you have, that anybody can do. And you're replacing it with what you actually want, right? And you're probably asking yourself, but how do I know it's working? You'll know. You'll know it's working, because then you'll have more opportunities. You'll see more women happen. You'll see, even if you don't see more women, you'll see women that are higher value than the women that you used to try and get. Like me, like I said before, I live in a neighborhood where, it's supposedly considered the hood. So a lot of people, they see me dress dress well and stuff. And a lot of dudes, they don't understand what's going on, right? But the fact of the matter is, as much as they don't understand what's going on, the women that walk around when I walk around are high valued. They look amazing. So they're dressed as much as I'm dressed. They look amazing. They're amazing looking women, and they're far away. So I'm not reaching. I'm not gonna go reach out. But you see it with your eyes. You see my dimension. That's my dimension, right? So what you're looking at right now is just not just random women that are walking around. You're looking at my dimension, the dimension that I live in. You live in another dimension. You live in the hood. I live somewhere else. Like I'm here, but I'm not here. I'm here, but I'm not here. Anyway, I don't know if that's a copyright infringement, whatever. I'm here, but I'm not here. The Mandarin. So, you're going to start seeing your dimension shift. You're going to start seeing more high-value women around you. Not necessarily right next to you, which will happen at some point. Or if that's really what you're looking for. But you're going to start, the quality of women that you want to have are going to start not navigating, but rotating around you. Well, yeah, navigating around you like this. It's going to change the atmosphere, right? So let's go back at it again. You have to stop listening to all these supposed illusionary stories telling you that the problem with women is you and not women, or people that are telling you that the problem is women and not you, right? Because that doesn't make any sense. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. And then trust me, it's irrelevant. I've seen some ugly dudes with some really nice looking girls. I've seen all kinds of shit. And you can see that right now, bro. The guy is ugly, drug addict, ugly, and the girl looks good. She looked good. She looked way better than him. You know what I mean? She looks way better than him. It has nothing to do with your looks. Skinny, ugly, drug abused face. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do. It's all about how you perceive yourself. It's all about how confident are you in your capabilities? How much do you really want it? Right? Is that really what you want, or you just think that it would be nice to have one of those, right? Because that matters too. That matters too. If you just feel like, oh man, that girl looks nice, but man, you've never been with a girl like that, and you're just wondering, like, what if you're not serious? She might appear because the universe heard you, but you're not serious because you don't, you're not going after it. You don't really care. If that's really the type of woman you would want, you would go after it, right? You would talk to her, right? You would go towards it. So it's really about what you want. It's not about what life gives you. Life gives you whatever you want, whatever you perceive, whatever you think exists is going to come into your existence. Again, segue. This is why the government and all their little lackeys and all their little gremlins are trying to put you in situations to make you think that it's real, and it's not real. You guys don't understand that all this shit isn't real. It's not real. You can do whatever you want. This is the Matrix. This is the Matrix. In the Matrix, you can do whatever you want. If you're awake, if you're smart and you're awake, you can do whatever you want. If you're practiced, if you're disciplined, you can do whatever you want. You can fly, you can do whatever. Almost. But it's almost what it feels like. It's almost what it feels like. I will change your perception of the world. Like I said before, after you're done, this is a matrix power right there. I can change it. I can change you. I can flip your dimension, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm flipping your dimension. After you're done watching this video, you're not gonna think about the same thing. You're not gonna look at the world the same way. You're not gonna listen to people telling you like this is not possible and girls, blah 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 blah. You're not gonna listen to that. You are going to face resistance. Number 3. Resistance. Number 3, resistance. Because those little gremlins are part of the resistance problem. They're part of the resistance. And you have to understand these little gremlins always been part of the resistance. Right? You're not supposed to like the resistance. If you're a red pill, you're not supposed to like the resistance. These guys always been the resistance. The Jacobins been the resistance. They always go after the royalty. The so-called Illuminati, they always go after royalty. They don't want royalty. They always try to kill royalty. That's all they've always been doing through the centuries. They always align themselves with poor people and street people all the time. Because they don't want royalty to happen in any shape or form. You don't want people to have a normal life. They don't want people to have order in their life. You destroy royalty, you destroy the hierarchy, and it's total chaos. And a lot of people feel like that's what they would like. They would like the world to be consumed by chaos. A lot of people feel like that's what it is, because a lot of people feel like, oh, the rich have everything. The rich have everything. We don't have everything. We don't have everything. We have what we have because we have what we have. We don't have everything. We don't own everything. There's a lot of things we don't have. There's a lot of things. There's an incredible, unimaginative amount of things that we don't have. Even something as simple as territory. Because the thing is, the thing that most people don't do math. People don't do math. Hold up. Listen. The thing is, if you're royalty, if your family is royalty, right, and they own a plot of land, it's not the entire country that they own. They don't own the entire country. What's really worth a lot of money is the little plot of land that they're living on. That's the real money. It's not the country that's worth all that money. It's that little plot of land. Because that little plot of land is fertile and a lot of rich people live there. And so the economy is more prone to be of a high uptake than the rest of the fucking territory in the same country. They're rich because they knew how to work the land. They knew how to make the land fruitful for themselves. And then they made deals with other people in other countries and so on and so on. Import, export, and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So if you're trying to kill me and cut my head off for my little plot of land, while my little plot of land is what, like 100 acres? Look at the map and look at where you live. And look at my acre compared to the entire planet. And tell me, do I own everything? Honestly ask yourself, do I or do I not own everything? If you tell me I own everything after you look at my little plot of land and the entirety of the globe, dude, you might as well be Illuminati. That's the reason why you're Illuminati. Because you like believing in bullshit and you're lazy. It's laziness. Because instead of trying to go get your own plot of land, which you could obviously buy, you could buy a plot of land right next to my plot of land. And work that shit out, right? Instead of doing that, You want to kill me for my little riches. You think all the billions of dollars is a lot of money compared to all the plots of land that's surrounding you. That's a little bit of money, man. It's a tiny smidge. It's a little bit of cash. It's chunk change. But you want to kill me for my little chunk change because you don't feel like doing the same thing I did. And the Illuminati are not doing that because they're lazy. They're doing that because they like chaos. They're evil people. They're evil, mischievous, mean-spirited people. They're not people that they don't feel like people deserve to live, first of all. So they're ready to kill royalty in order to create more chaos. And then when they're done creating all the chaos, they're going to kill all the poor people that they used to work with. And then they'll become number one. So no more royalty, no more little people. There's just them and slaves. Resistance, number 3. So what to do now? You know that there's resistance. You know that the Illuminati is going to give you resistance because they're the beholder of the matrix, right? They're the ones that create events within the matrix. They're the timekeepers, right? They're the gatekeepers, the timekeepers, right? They're holding your power hostage, right? So you have to deal with number 3. How do I deal with number 3? What do I do with dealing with number 3? Well, number 1, you have to accept that all of this is an illusion. Like I said, number 1 and 2. Like I said, in number 1 and 2, you have to accept. Like I said, in number 1, you have to accept that everything is an illusion, right? Once you see that they're creating little events, those little events don't hold any power on you anymore. But you have to realize that these events still hold power over the little people. Those events still scare the ever-living crap out of the blue pill people. So you have to watch out what you do. You have to be responsible what you do. Because you can push the barrier to the limit as if, like I said before in my other video, they will create car accidents. Right? Like major wrecks and people showing up and police and blah blah blah, all this fantastical nonsense bullshit just because you have power, just because you're becoming a man, just because you're becoming a woman. They will try to they will pull all the stops just because you're coming into yourself, just because you're gaining more strength. It's not going to kill you, but you have to realize that it scares the other people. So you have to pump your brakes a little bit. Unless you're a narcissist like me and you just plow through it and you don't give a fuck who dies in the process. Because I'm sorry, but to me the world is not real. To me the world is an illusion, and at the same time I know it's an illusion, but to me the world is actually very real. Because as a narcissist, I love when people love me. I love when people adore me. I love when people admire me. I love when people look at me, right? People are always looking at me, right? And I want them to look at me more, but in a positive way, not in a negative way. So as much as I think that this world is an illusion, I still want to be part of that illusion in a sense, in some shape or form, because I realize that I hold a lot of power in that illusion. But I only hold power in that illusion if people are coordinating with my movements. If they're not coordinated with my movements, the synchronicity level goes down instead of going up. So I have to fix myself I have to adjust myself in order for the synchronicity level to go up. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. If you want the synchronicities to go up a level instead of going down whenever you hit the source wall from accepting that you are the creator of your own world, right? From rejecting the so-called guru, right? from replacing whatever that was told with whatever you want to be real, right? And then having to go through the resistance of your own subconscious, right? And the powers at be, then you have to coordinate with whatever you see. More or less. You got to have some discernment. You gotta have some discernment. You gotta have some form of moral value. You gotta have some rules, some specific set of rules that you set for yourself to keep you on the straight and narrow. Because I'm not gonna tell you to go read a bunch of books, or else you're never gonna try anything. And I want you to try this as soon as possible. Shit, I want you to try that shit today. You know what I mean? I want you to try that today, so I don't want you to go read a bunch of books. You can go read a book. There's nothing wrong with that. Reading books is great. But the thing is, I really want you to come within yourself. So I would rather you using your own logic and your own discernment to make yourself a set of rules and a set of principles and a set of morals, so you keep yourself on the straight and narrow, so like that you don't scare people and you don't use your own power to do scary things, right? So the resistance, you think the resistance is a good thing. The resistance is not a good thing. The resistance is not a good thing. Everything that's built to destroy this matrix is a bad thing. Every organization built to create chaos or to destroy the matrix that we all worked and bled for and died for many centuries in advance and concurrently still are dying for it, is a very horrible thing, and arrogant to think that it's a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing. That's only in the fucking movies. It's only in the movies. It's just mass confusion. A lot of people want to go live in the woods. Going to nature is fine. It's fun. It's fun. I like campfires and stuff, man. I like the woods, man. I like wood, period. No puns intended. You know, no Lil Nas X intended. But you know, it's all a ploy. It's to make you forget your own strength, because man is science. Man is a science. Magic is science. Occultism is science. Science is science. Psychology is science. Art has science in it. And how do you even know how to mix colors if you don't know science? Science is the one that let us know that if we mix, yellow and green, it makes brown, right? Science. Everything is science. So part of your evolution is part of science. And these guys paint us a so-called picture, a beautiful picture of the outside world and living in the woods and having a wood cabin, when your inner spirit is yearning and screaming to become something more and something evolve, and it's screaming to fly and to do a whole bunch of to gaze at the stars and to know what's behind the stars and all those things, and you are refusing the evolution of man. It's okay for a singular individual to go live in the woods. There's nothing wrong with this person if he chooses to do so. Absolutely nothing wrong with this person to do so. There is some beautiful log cabins that I've seen, luxury series kind of log cabins. A lot of people, when they become millionaires, they go live somewhere in the woods. I wouldn't recommend it, because I don't want to be stuck in the wood with a bunch of money and nobody around. That's just fucking asking for it, if you ask me. But hey, whatever. um like but there's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with it. But as a society, as a global consciousness, as a global consciousness, as a consciousness that's supposed to be God, right? The mass consciousness of the human thought mind is supposed to be God. This is why we can access the Akashic records. That's why we can understand or know things before it happened, deja vus and everything like that, because we are looking through the eyes of history, time, and space. So my mind is connected space. My mind is connected with somebody living in Japan. Do you know how much space there is between me and Japan? But my mind is connected with somebody over there. And somebody's mind over there is connected with mine. And all three of our minds is connected with somebody's mind in Italy. And that guy is connected with somebody else in the United States, and that guy's connected with somebody else in Europe. We're all interconnected, and there is time and space in between. So you are meant to evolve. You are meant to know these things. You are meant to live on a higher dimension than this so-called dimension that we're living in right now. But this matrix, there's nothing wrong with this matrix. This is practice level dimension. Because once you take the red pill, when you're a blue pill, you go to work, you do things, and then, but you start seeing things. If you spent your time as a blue pill, but you were still reading books and checking out magazines, and you were still interested in occult things, and what I mean by occult, I mean things that are not usual, things that are kept in the dark, like obscure references, eventually you'll become a red pill. Or eventually you'll have a choice to become a red pill. And from then on, it only goes up from then on. It doesn't go down. A lot of people, when they become red pill, they want to go down. They don't feel like being red pills anymore because red pill is too much. It's too much shit. It's too much it's too complicated. So they want to go back down, lower than the blue pill, because they want to hide under the covers. Because this dimension, there's too many things to understand, and too many people. And there's too much stuff happening. And it's all because of the resistance. It's all because of the resistance. Because if it wasn't for the resistance that knew that red pills were going to exist on the planet, they planned for it, because they're not stupid. Right? They might be stupid for doing certain things, but there's certain things that they know very well, and they got it down to a science. That's the only reason why they're capable. A small group of people is capable of controlling a massive amount of people. There's a couple million Illuminati, but there's 7 billion people on the planet. Think about it for 2 seconds. It's not because they didn't know all of this was going to happen. That's why they already know when to show up, when you're about to show up. That's why they already know what kind of deal to do before you make a deal, right? That's why they already know who to go see before you go see those person, right? The resistance. Resistance is futile, right? You're not the resistance, my friend. You're a high-valued person. You're a business, corporate associate, CEO, multi-billionaire, heiress, king, queen, whatever. All those things. You're not supposed to be in this lower spectrum level and blah, blah, blah. And you're not some bottom-feeding, sewer dweller making up little, EMP devices like a Ninja Turtle back in the 90s to fight the Illuminati. That ain't you. But that's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that you're the resistance. Nah. It's more messed up than you think. It's more messed up than you think, man. Why am I talking about resistance so much? Because it's very freaking important. It's very freaking important that you respect that there is a resistance, and you have to know your role. Know your role. Because you can't go forward if you don't know your role. Because knowing your role is one of the things that will unlock the access to your power in order for you to manifest the things that you want to manifest in your life. So if you keep thinking that you're a bottom feeding sewer dweller of a resistance kind of person, low energy, low level, no nothing, then guess what? Guess what's going to happen? You're going to hit, every time you're going to try to manifest something, you're going to hit the resistance. And you're going to think these guys are super rich and they're super powerful, and they are poorer than you are. But you'll be afraid, and you'll respect their authority, so you're going to stop trying to manifest things. And if you stop trying to manifest things, they win. I don't want them to win. I don't want them to win. I want you to win. If you win, I win. If I win, you win. I don't want these guys to win. If they win, everybody loses. It's quite simple. It's as you know, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, bro. If they win, everybody loses. If I win, you win. If you win, I win. If they win, and everybody else loses. They don't want to share this power, which, by the way, they barely have access to, because they never took the time to actually experiment, because these guys are busy bees. They're busy bees, so they don't have time to test all these theories out, bro. They're being practical. They just use whatever they can to gain more power. And that's where you have the advantage, because they don't know how this works. Even though I'm explaining it quite clearly right now, they still can't function the thing. Because of their soul. They have no soul, they have no spirit. They relinquished their soul, they relinquished their spirit. And without spirit and soul, without your godhood, without apotheosis, then you do not have access to these things. So in essence, they're the ones that are poor, and you're the one that's a billionaire, multi-billionaire, CEO, king of the freaking world. But you don't know that because you're impressed by all of the movement around you, which is still impressive. I will admit it. But as a narcissist, it's hard for me to admit it. I cannot. You can't ask a narcissist to admit that something is bigger than them. That's just crazy nonsense. You know, but I just said it, but I'm not going to repeat it again. I said it because I don't want you to think that I'm just some crazy guy that doesn't realize all of the things that are happening outside, which I completely do. I just don't accept anything being stronger than me. You know, period. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's true. I just don't accept anything. I don't care. I don't even accept. If you told me God was stronger than me, I would tell you you're crazy. That's how much of a narcissist I am. You know. All right. I'm just letting you know. So anyway, and at some point, I'm making fun of my narcissism. I'm making fun of my narcissism because everybody else on YouTube is making fun of my narcissism. So I'm making fun of it too. I can be the butt of a joke. As much as I can dish it out, I can take it. I can be the butt of the joke too. But the thing is, the one thing you have to realize, whether you like it or not, at some point, you're gonna have to become like me. You're gonna have to become like me if you want access to all that royalty blood, that royalty DNA that's in you. You're gonna have to stop thinking that other people are more important than you, because all of these people that are blue-pilled do not see you and do not recognize you. Sure, they might say they do, they might think they do, but not really. if they actually did, you wouldn't be in the position that you are right now, would you? Huh? Resistance or no resistance, especially a resistance based off of something dark and underground. Why would a person living in the main level, right? Why would somebody living on the mainland be so attracted to people living on the underground? People living in the mainland should be attracted to people that are on the mainland too. But that's not what's happening nowadays. Everybody on the mainland is interested in the underground. And you are so confused that you think that you're the underground. And you're not supposed to be the underground. You're not the underground. You're over the mainland. You're supposed to live in the sky. So these people are technically stealing your money. They're stealing everybody's money. It's like the other video I did the other day. Robin Hood. Don't watch Robin Hood no more. Robin Hood is not your hero anymore. You want to get some girlfriends? You want to go out with some big booty and big bazookas girls, right? Some bombshells and stuff. You know, that's what you want. Well, stop. Robin Hood's not your hero anymore. Because you want to know what Robin Hood does? Robin Hood steals from the rich and gives to the poor. You still like Disney? You're still a Disney kid? You think Disney's on your side? You think Walt Disney's on your side? You fucking serious? So you're sitting here believing in the Illuminati and all kinds of things, and you think Robin Hood is on your side with all them little kid references. You know what I'm talking about in the Disney world, right? So this guy, the same guy that put all them little kid references, you know, all these all them dirty jokes in there, you know, targeted towards adults, but you know, kids are watching it. Right? And I'm not talking about the jokes just to make the show interesting. You know what kind of jokes I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Pizzagate type of jokes, you know, Pedogate type of jokes, right? So Walt Disney riddled their whole entire shit, like media, the cabal, all these people, when all of their movies, they riddled their movies with a bunch of Pedogate jokes, right? And you think Robin Hood is for you. Nah, bro. Robin Hood's the resistance. You're the Duke of Nottingham. Nottingham? Whatever his name is, I don't remember. Nottingham, Duke of Nottingham. That's you. Robin Hood, that's them. They're robbing your butt of your money. And they're giving it to people that don't deserve it. What does all this have to do with women? A lot. A lot. Because I have to brainwash you now. You have to completely destroy the core that they put in your mind. Because right now, that's in your core, bro. That's all your belief. That's your belief system. And right now, you're going to fight me, too. You're going to fight me on it. Right now, I'm going to finish this video, and you're going to fight me on it. You're going to say, man, this guy's crazy. And you know I'm right. But you're going to be, man, this guy's crazy. I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to be mad, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, because they're already seeped into your brain. Because they already own your spirit. Because they already own your soul. I mean, they don't really own it, but they contained it in a ball of BS. They changed your dimension. They changed your eyesight. You don't see things like you're supposed to see them. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, I love myself. Jesus, are you guys listening to this shit? Alright, so anyway. Let's do a quick recap. Number one, destroy all preconceived notions if you want to manifest women into your life. All preconceived notions, everything, all the cute movies, the romantic stuff, Shakespeare, this, throw that shit in the garbage immediately. It's irrelevant. Number 2, once you're done doing number 1, once you're finished with number 1, number 2, you start filling your mind with the woman that you like, with the woman that you want, with the woman that you are attracted to. And not just one woman, all of them, because you got to love all of them. So you can't just love, you got to show love to every one of them. So that's why I'm saying don't go chasing every girl you see in the fucking street. Learn to respect them. Learn to love their presence, right? Like enjoy the fact that they exist, right? And then picture yourself with them. Picture that you're always with them. You're always with women. Like, picture that you're in a room and there's just women everywhere. There could be some guys too. It depends if you're doing other kind of sorcery work. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to be a billionaire. Maybe you have a business. Maybe, so there can be some guys in the room too. But anyway, picture the same way that you picture the people, the rich, the same way you picture Donald Trump sitting in your house. Picture high value women sitting in your house too. And the house is in your mind and in your soul, right? The temple that we're always talking about, right? All right. Number 3, watch out for resistance, because your mind is going to give you resistance, because now you're learning something new and you're trying something new. So there will be resistance, but it can be super easy. It depends on your perception. It could work instantly or it could take a little bit of time. It depends on your perception. It depends on how you see things. It depends on if you had a bad time with women before. Well, especially if you're looking at videos that are giving you preconceived super $2 philosophies, right, about how to catch women and stuff like that, right? So if you already have that, it might take a little bit of time before it works. It might not too. You could be one of those guys that are just, happen super quickly. And yeah, I know there's the honeypots. There's honeypots things, the honeypot scheme, but that's what I'm saying. That's the resistance. If you feel that that's a catfish, if you feel like she's just there just to try and hurt you, she probably is. She probably is. You're completely right. You're 100% right. She probably is. That's probably a honeypot. Me, I know when it's a honeypot. Like, I don't fall for honeypots, bro. Like, I don't even. Like, I just know. And you know it's a honeypot because it's people that are guiding you through something. When you have this power, people don't guide you towards women. They just appear. Nobody's telling you anything. You don't hear voices in your head telling you, oh, talk to this girl or blah, blah, blah. No. When you start hearing those shits, that's bullshit. You know that's negative. Somebody is playing around. That's like your spider senses are tingling. Listen to your spider senses. If you're starting to hear, things like you're being pushed towards someone, or somebody's waiting for you somewhere, don't listen. That's garbage. That's not the kind of power I'm talking about. That's the honeypot. That's the Illuminati trying to make you believe and trying to give you a bad time. People around you trying to give witches. Trying to give you a bad time and shit like that. They do that shit all the time because they're pathetic. They're pathetic, poor people with no specific set of skills. Even in their own kind of covenant, they're not even that good. Because they believe in repetition. I don't do repetition. I know thousands and thousands of spells. I don't believe in repetition. So, watch out for the resistance. And then your mind too. I haven't talked about the mind too a lot. I've been mostly talking about these guys for no specific reason. I just want you. I don't want you to fall into a trap. That's all I say. And I don't want you to think that you're crazy. And I don't want you to think that I'm crazy, because I'm not that crazy. I might be a little bit crazy, but I'm not that crazy, right? But your mind will also play tricks on you because of those honeypot situations, because of those YouTube videos with the gurus telling you that they know how to talk to women when they always talk to hoes. No offense, all you promiscuous women out there, I love you too. But I'm just saying, there's a difference between talking to a promiscuous woman and a woman that owns a house, a car, doesn't have kids, and she looks fantastic. There's a clear difference. I'm sorry, but there's a clear difference. There's a major difference. Major difference. And I'm guessing that's the kind of woman you want. Or maybe you want a promiscuous woman. I know I like to have me some promiscuous women sometimes. But at the end of the day, what you really want is somebody that can support you, somebody that can be there for you, somebody that you can rely on, right? And there's a lot of, people, there's a lot of foot soldiers that are women too, trying to make you believe that, women are just promiscuous and they don't want to be there, blah, 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 and they're not capable of being there, and blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, you're the one that's deciding everything. And it goes the same way, vice versa for women too. If you're a red pill woman, then the guys that you meet are supposed to be there for you. You're the one that decides the relationship. It's not vice versa. The guy doesn't decide. The person, the other person that you manifested into your existence does not dictate the relationship. It's you that controls everything. You are the one that holds the reins, and you're the one that's supposed to know where you're going. If you're just looking for intimacy, then you're just looking for intimacy. If you're looking for somebody that will support you in everything you do, then you're supposed to be the one that, leads the group. You can't be relying on her to tell you what to do. Period. So like I said, your mind is going to cause you to have resistance. Your mind is going to cause you to have resistance. This resistance will keep you away from your own personal growth and power. From your own personal growth and power, bro. And don't get mad. Whatever you see when we're talking about women, don't get mad. Alright? Yeah, you'll understand that later. I can't tell you why now, but you'll get it later. Just don't get mad. You can not like things, which is fine, but don't get mad. Don't start cussing at her. Don't start, just don't. You don't like that, you don't like that. Period. Just don't get mad. Right? So anyways, nah, that ain't it. We're not finished here. Hold up, give me a second. We ain't finished here. We ain't done here, man. What you talking about? So, release any preconceived notions. Number 2, replace all preconceived notions. Number 3, watch out for resistance. Watch out for resistance. Number 4. What did we forget? I forgot. What's important? What's important for this power to work? Because number 1, 2, and 3 is pretty much the main gist of it all, right? It's pretty much the main gist of it all, man. If you can do number 1, 2, and 3, you're pretty good. You're gonna make it. Discipline. Number 4, discipline, man. Like, for a sorcerer, for a red pill, I hate to say it, and this is one of the reasons why you can't think of yourself as Robin Hood. You got to think of yourself as the Duke of Nottingham, not Robin Hood. Because if you treat your life, your perimeter, your immediate perimeter, as if you're Robin Hood, don't expect things to work. Purity is the key. Cleanliness is close to godliness. Purity is the key, man. Your immediate vicinity. Your immediate vicinity is important, bro. Your decorations. What you decorate your house with. How you treat your house. How you treat your dwelling. Right? Because the way you treat your dwelling is the same way you treat yourself. If you treat yourself good, your dwelling. If you clean your dwelling, that means you're a person that treat themselves right. So that means you're somebody that doesn't do things to hurt themselves. That's what you're telling to your universe. That's what you're telling to yourself. That's what you're telling to your mind. You're actually relaxing the muscle tension, the spiritual muscle tension in your mind by cleaning your immediate space. By cleaning your immediate space, there's too much reflections on my glasses. That's why I took it off. As you clean everything around you, you're releasing mental tension and spiritual tension in your mind. You got to watch out what you're looking at. You got to watch what you're looking at. So if everything in front of you is dirty, even though you don't care and you're not doing anything that serious anyway, it doesn't matter, because the dirt, your peripheral can still see the dirt. So your brain is just recording dirt all day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, until the time you actually clean your room or your house or whatever, right? Because right now your brain is recording dirt. That's all it's recording. It's recording dirt. It's recording dirty dishes, dirty clothes, dirty floor. That's all it's recording. You're not looking at the dirt directly, but your brain sees everything that you're not looking at. Like right now, I'm looking at a camera or I'm looking at a screen, but my eyes is recording everything else that's going on around me. It's recording the sofa, it's recording the light, it's recording the thing, it's recording everything. So you have to realize what you're recording in your brain. So if everything is clean, the only thing your mind is recording is clean, 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 clean. So you treat yourself right, and you treat your entourage right. You treat your entourage right, your entourage will treat you right. It is extremely important, and it's not something to be shunned or not cared about. I don't feel like cleaning all the time either. Right? Like, I don't feel like doing that at all. You know, like, I would rather pay somebody to do it, which is fine too, actually. Well, there's two ways you can do it. They give two different results. The first way to do it is by doing it yourself. The joy of doing it yourself is that you can reflect and meditate at the same time that you're doing it, which will give you, if you do it enough time, can give you some form of clarity on anything at any given point. The second way to do it is having somebody else do it for you, which will evidently only have the process of your mind recording clean, 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 and clean is good. So you're telling your mind good, 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 good. But if you're surrounded in dirtiness, all you're recording is dirt, 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 and dirt is bad. So bad, 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 bad. And tell yourself this: if you're spending hours in the same spot and it's not clean, how many hours of dirt did you record in your mind? Think about it. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, that's enough. You got enough. You got enough for now. If it's that important, I hope we can start talking about dimensions pretty soon. You guys, I think you guys will let me know when you'll be interested in quantum leaps, because it's not that I don't like women, but it's just quantum leaping could actually help you on the women department. But hey, what do I know, right? My name is Seth, spiritual and business consultant. Have a good one. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.